All right, we have ourselves here a K-Tech Loadweigher. This is an LW5201H-S4. I'm going to walk you through how to set it up here. We got a crosshead sensor sitting here. Obviously, this would be installed on your crosshead, but I just have it here to demonstrate. So first thing we got to do is we got to zero that sensor out. So I'm going to hit the M key until we get to empty. I'm going to enter. It's going to give me a course adjustment. The goal is to get it to 0, which it was already right about there. Enter, and it'll give me a fine adjustment, which I also want to get to 0 as well. And I'm going to hit E, and that's going to count down, give me a second to get off the car, and then it'll zero out that sensor. There we go. So now our sensor is zeroed out. Next thing we got to do is put a full load in the car. For that, I'm going to stick this little weight on here, simulate your weights in the car, and then heading up to the top floor. Now we're going to do a full load. So we're going to hit M until we get to load. Hit E to enter. Our percent, we're going to keep it at 100%. You could lower that if for some reason your controller needed to see, let's say, 125%. But we're just going to count down. Again, it gives you some time to get off the car. And when it's done, it'll calculate that as its full load. It's counting up its gain here. You want to be somewhere around the, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be great. If you got a gain of 1, it means that you're getting too much deflection. You probably over-torqued your sensor. And if you're getting it around 8 or 9, it means that you don't have enough deflection with your weight, which may mean that you mounted the sensor in the wrong place. You're either too close to the ropes or too close to the edge of the crosshead. All right, now we want to tell our Loadweigher what we want the max full load voltage output to be. So we're going to hit M until we get to output, and then we're going to E, and it'll ask us what do we want our high voltage output to be. Let's go ahead and set this to, let's do 9 volts. Perfect. And then our output for our low, we'll leave that at 0. So let me go ahead and enter. Now we're also going to want to do our set points here. So for that, I'm going to hit the M until we get to set P. There we go. Hit enter. And I'll set my outputs for the set point. So set point 1, we'll set that to, let's do 3.5. Set point 2, sure, why not? Set point 3, let's take a look. We got it at 8. Let's set this to 9 volts. So we can set this to, there we go. And we'll do set point 4 as an overload at 9.5. Oh, there you go, 9.5, perfect. There you go. Now, if you're in a vicinity of the country, maybe New York, where you got an inspector that wants to see full load but not overload in the bottom floor, but wants to ride that full load all the way up, well, you know that as the elevator goes up, you're going to include a traveler cable, and the actual weight's going to go up. The sensor's going to adjust for that. So if that's the case, you're going to want to use the auto comp feature, which will basically use this door circuit here to lock in whatever the reading is at the when the doors close. So that means that if you got full load at the bottom floor, you'll have full load but not overload at the top floor. Then once the doors open, then it'll re-weigh that load. So hit M until you get to auto, hit enter, and you can turn it off or on. It ships off, so just select on. And what that'll do is that'll just lock in whatever weight you have when the door closes with the door close circuit there, and then it won't continue to add weight until the next time the door opens. So that way, if the inspector wants to see full load at the bottom floor and it wants to see it going to overload with 200 pounds and wants you to take the full load to the top floor without it going overload, and then wants to add that extra 200 pounds for it to go to overload, you can lock in whatever weight at the bottom floor it is and ride all the way up to the top before it checks again. And there you go. That's about it. Thanks.